Walker, no mark, slaps it forward. There's Wanganeen-Milera. Handball over the wing, kick a little too much on it.
Clever.
The Saints win it back. And Shoemaker with the...
Great play there by the Saints. And
he can just dab it further afield, short. Wanganeen-Milera's got it.
yeah, there was a...
In he trots, drop punt.
Beautiful.
He's good. And the perfect start to the second term for the Saints.
10%er for the goal.
Great kick. Risky, but good.
He read that really well. Still got him, though.
Nasiah gets around him. Good kid.
Goals in the season.
Soligo getting busy. Gets the clearance here.
Well read.
Wanganeen-Milera with the intercept mark.
Yeah, it was a good... they took 3 or 4 possessions to get the ball out of the centre, but...
Half-time, Jordan Dawson has been heavily involved. Fogarty knocks it down in the crouch direction across Rochelle. An immediate bounce. Sends it down to Walker. Familiar target. Wanganeen-Milera goes to ground where he gathers.
Back into the sweet spot.
Keane, the forward 50 kick. Wanganeen-Milera's kick comes inside the forward 50, spills out the back. Wanganeen-Milera the 1-2 with McRae and then goes darting away. Nasiah, good kick.
The tax. And what's really amazing is how quickly the body adapts. You don't see cramp in round 3.
McRae.
Desperately, even Wilkie's down there. He was following, obviously. This man's dangerous. Floats it up, and Owens has held onto the mark.
The tackle and fake that you're trying to get rid of it. They call for a bounce, a pull up. Good grab.
Yep, Wanganeen-Milera back in the hole.
It's a little bit bizarre for an oval with a roof on it, but this can...
Charging at the footy, using those hands to advantage. There's risk on the kick, but it pays off, and there's all sorts of possibilities for Nasiah.
The thing.
Wilson, Wanganeen-Milera has got work to do, just tries to bobble it and play it to himself, works out well in the end.
+6 for contested possessions against his direct opponent.
Webster, McRae, Wanganeen-Milera, a little exploratory ball is perfectly weighed.
Fraction here for the Geelong team.
Takes on Windhager, Wilkie, Wanganeen-Milera nicely in position.
Or two until something materialised, and that something is so pivotal to all their ball movement.
Between his teammate and the ball. He's just got to be more subtle than that. And it's a practiced art, that as well, putting on a
reluctant to pull. Higgins is loose inside the forward 50. It's a matter of trying to get it to him. Out here on the wing.
Yeah, just taking on here.
Hands of the right man, and Higgins on a long loop, and he does. In a way that only he can. Close, jams out of there. Wanganeen-Milera is off and running. Takes a detour to buy a bit of time and allows Jones to go. Outward bound Sinclair. Short to Wanganeen-Milera. It's been well held so far. That's just his second kick.
By either the hand or the post. Then the goal umpire said, I want to see if it was post or hand.
What a kick. Does anyone want to fly? Marshall went back. Wanganeen-Milera didn't get completely out of a hole, but patient now. Things start to open up. Webster rolling onto that left foot. Wanganeen-Milera just pokey little kick and burns. So was Blight. Blight got the tap, but straight to Jones, who's spending some time on ball. Wanganeen-Milera is released, and that usually spells trouble. Owens' work consideration is compelled to kick long to the numbers and the flyers, whether they're there for the mark or in gather and gang out, and the handballs are chained, and Wanganeen-Milera surprised that immediately McRae. Wanganeen-Milera tried to force his way around Campbell. He had to retreat. Trevelyan looked to surf the wave until he takes the mark. Had to Bauer, who can leap as well. Back they go again.
Of any of that. Moreira's high kick inside 50, all Saints underneath it. Wanganeen-Milera.
Not sure there was a heap of advantage. Wanganeen-Milera might make it work.
Takes a breath. And then launches. Wanganeen-Milera fists towards the line. Rosie now will spread it wide. Has an option inside 50. Pressure came just in time. Wanganeen-Milera. It was really clever against Berry. He controlled that. Umpire hovers. Lets it go. Pepper can't handball. And the Saints escape. Butters Doesn't get full purchase. Wanganeen-Milera takes an important grab.
Wanganeen-Milera wants to take the man on, and this is a big kick now. Sinclair, a flying hit, and that is through the guts.
Does the team thing. Hops to the pocket for Green, but he was covered. Travalia, Wanganeen-Milera, and the Saints look to switch.
Pick 5 for the year. There's a man that really knows how to kick a football, just rolling on by. Have a look at that. Enormous long kick from Wanganeen-Milera. It's exciting. Again, a deep entry, so now the Saints have to repel from the very last line, try and take it the end to end. They haven't been able to do that whatsoever in this term.
So they try to run it out. Wanganeen-Milera gives to Steele, gets it back, has 2 bounces down the outer wing.
And that's what he said.
Yep, Travalia.
So if there's people at home that are thinking, yeah, the transformation of midfielders.
Dan Briggs wins this one. Burns swoops around the back, handball partly smothered. Still gets to Wanganeen-Milera. Penetrating kick inside 50, jumping early with Sharma.
A kick and a half from home. Here's Wanganeen-Milera. He's got to within range. He pulls the trigger again. Umpire did not move. A couple.
He plays. He's got some craft.
Football,
yeah, he's got some forward nous about him.
It's now 14-2, the inside 50 count. One change, he's thrown Wanganeen-Milera into the centre bounce, but again, same result, although well done from Naz to go back and take the mark.
13 disposals now.
They want to try and put a bit of speed on the ball. Hill gives it back to Wanganeen-Milera. The kick wide towards Wood. Running in waves from half-back. Wood, yeah, he wanted the left, but he was good enough to find Wanganeen-Milera.
So that's a big win.
Unselfishly decides to give it up to Hill. Here is Wanganeen-Milera. Can he use the ball better this time? That's better. And that's the fire starter. And now Owens, as Brandy said, spending a bit more time in the midfield this quarter. Wanganeen-Milera wants to cut back into the corridor, and that is class to find the hard-running Hawks. Advantage will be paid. Wanganeen-Milera did respond after a scratchy first half. The next line.
Defensive side of things and putting pressure on the opposition, winning the contest, which you've done today in spades.
For the first time under Ross Lyon's tenure, back at St Kilda, if they conceded 100.
Concerning thing for the Saints is that used to be Ross's greatest strength, is negating sides and scores. So if they're leaking this, especially over the last.
Tracy just got a little tangled up there with Wilkie, and Wanganeen-Milera takes the interception.
Dangerous. Look at the run through, and then the dribbling ball, well trapped by Wanganeen-Milera. I'm here, the Saints. Wanganeen-Milera, flicking handball for Marshall. And gets it back, Wanganeen-Milera, sticks it to Higgins.
Good sort of hand pass. Brayshaw there with McRae. Wanganeen-Milera slips the attempted tackle. Wilkie gives it back to him. And look at him go with those long strides and an attempted barrel towards Higgins. What? Fourth intercept mark for Pearce, but Wanganeen-Milera returns serve. The lever, Ross Lyon style, and get a performance. Darcy wore one, friendly fire. Wanganeen-Milera backs in his pace. McRae gives it back to him and to Shepherd. Over the top, Windhager. Look at him through. Silvani, squaring kick. Wanganeen-Milera read it beautifully.
I'll tell you what, Howard got away with one there on Harry.
Centering ball on the left, Curnow there, well done. Wanganeen-Milera, superb in the air.
Still plenty of time for the Saints to go end to end. Just
Claire, he's clattered into. Well done. McRae got it away. And look at the recovery. Running Wanganeen-Milera. Wanganeen-Milera, Marshall, Hill, Wanganeen-Milera. They're setting it up again, the Saints. Danger ball across Akers. And Akers has an option on the back flank. He goes towards Evans. Wanganeen-Milera there to make the spoil. He's had a good game.
Hewitt by hand. Wanganeen-Milera is going to be in good shape here too. Very, very nice.
There was numbers out everywhere for the Blues, and the Saints got back.
Milera, great spot. Numbers at ground level. Wanganeen-Milera threads it through with brilliance.
Do well at ground level. He just missed the kick. Hoff's handball left it short. Wanganeen-Milera to Hill. Knock it down. Hewitt will attack it, trying to burst through. The Saints through Wanganeen-Milera. Now to Burns. Back for Wanganeen-Milera and out wide to Wilkie. Connell play it on into trouble.
He might get out of it. Wanganeen-Milera, he's quick, just puts the jets on and bursts away. It's open inside 50. He feeds the handball wide.
I think Ross is probably frustrated with some of his forwards and that connection piece not working for them.
Sinclair off a step, win it back, and that might be it for the half. Wanganeen-Milera will go through the corridor. It's something. Out of the middle, the Saints need to find a response, and it's Wanganeen-Milera who's provided the drive through the game. Travalia into the action, wants to get it moving. Wanganeen-Milera out for ball knocked down.
You asked for it.
Reid after it. Wanganeen-Milera away.
See that too often. Wilkie couldn't drag it down. Sinclair did. Jones out the back.
Good pressure.
Wanganeen-Milera keeps running backwards with the pressure. All of the ball. Jeffrey for the Gold Coast. Looks into the middle of the ground, and Flanders' kick was too hot for it. Wanganeen-Milera tried to smother the football. Flanders picked it up, throws it on the boot. It's not a bad attempt. It's going to be cut off by Wanganeen-Milera, who's going to go for a scamper along the back pocket and direct a bit of traffic at the same time. Kicks to a 2-on-1 forwards. King. Wilkie did well to intercepts. Ball still in play.
You had to go to Reid there.
Walter in the air. Down it came to Wanganeen-Milera. Dodging, weaving, zigging, zagging. Keeler, Wanganeen-Milera, Travalia. Steele, Jones, Wanganeen-Milera, 51 metres out, blazing through the middle. Goes bang with a big drop punt. Could that be the team? So Walter to the top of the square. Oh, Wanganeen-Milera in from the side.
He's worked hard all day.
Noble, good gather from Rioli. Then Noble met hard by Wanganeen-Milera. And Holt's play.
That's it.
They worked hard for that opening goal. Wanganeen-Milera off the back of the square, received from Jones, gave it to Clark, back to Wanganeen-Milera, goes bursting through. Butler first there once again. Pressure comes from Sparrow, but he's got support. Wanganeen-Milera cruises across the turf and laces out the kick to Jones. Windhager short. Wanganeen-Milera has turned and checked where Langford was. Now glides away with a couple of bounces. Now puts the foot down, cuts inside. Beautiful delivery to 50. Makes something. Turner looks up, only has Higgins versus May inside 50, so doesn't want to go high and long. Wanganeen-Milera has just noticed the same thing, so he'll kick it low and flat to space, and that is
better and better. Webster to Wanganeen-Milera. It is in very good hands for St Kilda.
Slices through the middle. Fine finished. Wanganeen-Milera receives back from Hill. Cruises through the middle. Can he get the kick over Langford? Of course he can.
Easy one.
Hill to the middle. Again, Wanganeen-Milera. Marshall. He pops it to Clark, and here's Wanganeen-Milera cruising through again from 65 out. Bullets it to the pocket, just perfection.
And who gets applause all around the ground, then back towards half forward. Who's at home, nothing doing for the Bulldogs. Sanders behind Wanganeen-Milera, now to Sharman. Did well just to get it, but couldn't give it cleanly. Butler did. Still now, dance there from one of the cleverest players on the ground. And as the blonde works it down the Medallion Club wing, Wanganeen-Milera again just floats from the
skipper's handball steal, intercepted. Wanganeen-Milera talking about interceptions. On Vandermeer, through the middle, finds the loose man this time.
Towards Mason Wood, fumbly, time the Saints. Wanganeen-Milera, his kick pinpoint to Steele. Ability, and then
maybe Sam Taylor, and that's about it.
So Wanganeen-Milera down the outside of the ground with a 1900. Prior to that, they were 0 and 48. Can you believe it? Well, more to come.
Dale, just so much composure.
Wanganeen-Milera, a clean pickup, leaves a couple of Bulldogs behind, including Kennedy. Backs himself with the speed from half-back to half-forward. Lob lost his feet sharp. And that joined in after wearing the sub-vest in Carroll, hoping for Higgins, couldn't find him. Wanganeen-Milera should finish. He does. Works out for the Saints, but it wasn't easy at all. Carroll got involved, gave it off to Wanganeen-Milera. Does the don't argue, runs to about 70, puts it to a dangerous spot.
Do you say that they can win the premiership or not?
Yes, they've got, I think, if not the best list in the competition.
Hill. Wanganeen-Milera stays on his feet. Hill with the pursuit. We've got a warning from the crowd. Elliott, now they're on the charge. The kick was meant for Elliott. Stepping in, Wanganeen-Milera. All right, you think the Pies will be out of kilter. Let's see if they can find their way through. Tackle refused to be budged. Sweeping was Webster, and again, Wanganeen-Milera along the top of the ladder, Magpies. On the throw-in, Wanganeen-Milera again, jams it down the line. That's a good kick. Marshall on the way through, and the exit out the other side. And legs,
how slow they're going here. They're allowing their players to get up the ground.
Wanganeen-Milera attacking it again. McRae front and centre. Clark, Wanganeen-Milera now for Henry. Quickly executed out of the centre.
Oh, Wanganeen-Milera is, yeah, they got it to him eventually.
Pressing further up the ground and having such a big impact this season. Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera.
Kick around, get up in their grill and defend. The Saints are doing it so well. Making Freo defend, tiring them out.
Saints with the extra number. Owens couldn't hang on to it. Sharman. Wanganeen-Milera goes towards Henry. Sent in the better position. St Kilda break with some space. They can get some run. Wanganeen-Milera to Hall. Had a few opportunities. Can he stand up and take his... The Dockers get a clearance to half forward, but only as far as Stocker. And they want to continue to attack. Wanganeen-Milera. Time becoming a factor, though, for St Kilda. Marshall. They go corridor. Darcy overcommitted.
Little battle in the ruck. Nash forges his own path forward. Sinclair keeping watch on Watson, and here is Wanganeen-Milera. Fired the handball out and take it down the line. Advantage it'll be taken, and straight away Naz into his stride. A bounce and then a beautiful angle kick.
They love physicality, and he looks to be one of those.
Yeah, Rossi would love that, wouldn't he?
He just welcomes it.
Wanganeen-Milera fires a bullet through the middle too. Well handled. Good pick up from Ramsden. He's shown those traits for a 203 centimetre big guy to be able to pick it up below the... Not much choice for Impey, but to go where the number and the size is, and Meek made a good contest. Well done, Caminiti. What about the hands from Windhager? Took a big corner on the bounce. Wanganeen-Milera slipped enough by Wanganeen-Milera, who gets far enough away now that a mark will be paid. Just good common sense. Hall calling for it again. He's a target inside 50. For Elms, that would have gone through.
And I know they haven't had the inside 50s. Saints have certainly won that battle, but their ability to just...
Advantage to Henry. Back out to Wanganeen-Milera. Does he go long for goal? Does he try and hit a target? He hits a target. Wanganeen-Milera. Hill gave him an out. Now it just takes off. Scorching the turf. What a kick on the bounce.
Wrong was really, really strong. So move him around. Don't let him settle into one spot.
Want to shake him out of it, you reckon, Nick?
The side, Windhager looks over his left shoulder, then his right shoulder. Sees Wanganeen-Milera. He takes a bounce, wanted to get it back. Henny knocked him out of play, but he came back into the field and played magnificently. Look at the kick into the middle.
The Moose. There you go. Steamrolled by the Moose. And away goes Wanganeen-Milera. He'll just launch it long inside 50. Didn't hit the kick sweetly.
He was disappointed, Warner. Think it was okay. Wanganeen-Milera had to stand tall.
Hasty going to get run down. Just got boot to ball. Beat the Lloyd tackle. Kick inside 50. Low down. It's paid a mark.
1 forward and 2 behinds this quarter. This is the Sharman direction. Didn't let him down.
St Kilda by as much as 19. That's all been erased in both directions. It's a 1-point game. Wanganeen-Milera feeds it forward.
No. Plenty of time, Joe. Just 10 minutes. Wanganeen-Milera trying to work his way through traffic, and a neat ball to Windhager.
Amazing skills.
Back to Wanganeen-Milera. This man is in the hottest streak of a footballer I've seen for years.
Traps the footy, and the youngest man on the ground gets it out to Wanganeen-Milera. Has got Cameron as a backpack. Still got it out.
Cats off to a flyer. They've kicked the first 3. It's a good bounce. Wanganeen-Milera just basketball slaps it to himself and then...
Goes back in, tries to win it. Stewart bursts his way through, then runs into a dead end. Steele and Wanganeen-Milera hold him up and win it right in front of the sticks.
And there's no surprise that they get their first real look at goal.
The star of the right now, Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera, puts St Kilda on the board.
Off hands, McRae was in there quickly, so too Owens. Out to Wanganeen-Milera, who makes things happen. Here's a chance for Wood, he's going to go. Oh!
Sinclair with the corridor kick. Here's Wanganeen-Milera. Nasiah keeps it moving. Up over half. Stengel made the trip to Sydney last week. Sat out as the emergency. Back in the team and a couple of goals. And here's Wanganeen-Milera, just burns away. Kick straight to Sharman. And Hugh Boxall, the young West Aussie out of Claremont, kicks down to half forward. Here's Wanganeen-Milera again. And this ordinarily leads to good things when he's putting it inside 50. Low trajectory kick is a dart.
Hill. Wilson slews off the side of the boot.
Deliberate.
Oh, the man's everywhere. Wanganeen flicks out the side to Higgins. Fake one way, delivers the other, and Wanganeen-Milera. Well, he celebrated with a fist pump. Going to take it. Wanganeen-Milera demands it, and he gets it.
Stretch for him to end the season, and what sounds like it's going to be a busy off-season for the Saints, as it will be for this man, Wanganeen-Milera. Short kick to Marshall. Back to Naz, keeps it moving, down to half forward, Taru up front.
Really well here. Kick inside the 50 to the pack. Gawn brings it to ground, Hall good hands. Wanganeen-Milera, done it all for St Kilda this season. When they need him to chime in, he...
Windhager. Hall did well to slip away from Van Rooyen. Gets it to Wanganeen-Milera, who just fashions a kick inside 50. Man down, here's Windhager. Here's another look. It's given off. Wanganeen-Milera from range. Nails it. Second tap and Pickett finds it. Sparrow's kick high towards the pocket. In comes Wanganeen-Milera. Spoils it to the line. Get back into the game.
Well, I mean, all three phases they've been pretty poor.
Wanganeen-Milera inside 50. Burns dropped the...
Turnovers on the wing, missed tackles, all of that sort of stuff. You've got to be pretty precise from here.
Wanganeen-Milera is exactly that to McRae. And then comes storming past to receive. Puts on the jets, runs away from Spargo, who's into the game. Receives it back from Sinclair, all the way to the wing.
And they're just finding it. Heaps of holes in this formation.
And away they go again. Hall, Wanganeen-Milera, got it. Higgins, and 50. Windhager, Wood, inside 50. Wanganeen-Milera! What a mark! Can he level the scores? Of course he can! He's Nasiah Wanganeen-Milera! Away we go. Marshall, Wanganeen-Milera! History of VFL, AFL football! What?
Quick hands. Davies-Uniacke goes and wins it. Back to his hyphenated fellow footballer. McRae takes that free, gave it to Wanganeen-Milera, puts on the jets and he burns off Davies-Uniacke, kicks it short to head. Teagle first hands on it, down to Garcia, just bobbles away to Wanganeen-Milera. It turned out all right, looks for Higgins. Brilliant kick. Holds him out here. Commentator's curse right on cue, Tom. It's Wanganeen-Milera. The give and go. Gets it back from his mate Windhager and takes on Hansen. With all the moves. 3 bounces through the middle of Marvel Stadium and the kick is up to it.
Able to take care of it pretty easily. Although the kick from Taj Houghton only as far as Wanganeen-Milera. Again, can take the mark and go. I think the kick was intended for Sharman. He wasn't expecting it. Wanganeen-Milera. Here's a moment of brilliance. The bounce.
Yes.
Well, when you're hot, you're hot. And when nothing can go wrong. It just could have been holding the ball. Umpire didn't blow the whistle. Wanganeen-Milera again pulls the kick. I think it was intended for Sharp. So he goes to Wanganeen-Milera, who will make something happen, you feel. He does. He finds the free player. And in the end, there's probably no more aggressive offensive player in the competition at the moment. Now he can get it going. Again. That's what St Kilda need. The ball in Naz's hands. Henry. Darman.
Got to stop this. He's just been out in the middle of the ground all by himself.
And here he goes, demanding someone come at him. And that's what he gets in. Short to Wanganeen-Milera, not 15. Sinclair to 45 to go for home. And the quick response.
Slip it under your seat and take it home later.
Incredible you'd be doing that, Richard.
Geez, that looked like Mick Mark picking that ball up in that corporate box.
Sorry, didn't rewarded on the scoreboard.
Nasiah's hands were beautiful off to Hall.
Get into trouble. Wanganeen-Milera with Menzie close to him. Good kick.
Windhager. Wanganeen-Milera. The dancing feet of Nasiah. And he's going to set up a shot at goal here.
Travalia having a good quarter. To Wanganeen-Milera. He can just change the acceleration. Sharman had that arm pulled by
in the air in amongst 4 defenders, almost uncontested, and our boy.
Speaking of boys, what about this boy? Go for home, Nasiah, you superstar!
Just depends on where they attack September from. And Wanganeen-Milera bounces out of the middle. It's his trademark now. Keeler bit the two of them. Hands it off to Wanganeen-Milera. In some space to move. Goal square. Wilson. Oh, he thought about playing on. And he's... When you can get him. Sinclair inside. That's a good kick. Wanganeen-Milera, and he's off and running. Straight down the spine to Wilson. Puts the Jets on. Has the speed.
That was out of bounds. 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 Can't be. It can't be.
It is.